Hey, what's going on, team? It's Ricky with TechBud Solutions. A super quick market recap. Just want to make sure that we talk about what's going on with the market. We talked about it in today's earlier video. Today was a really sideways day, although it did somewhat sell off. If you look at where the market closed at versus where the market opened at, I mean, nearly a break-even day, which is again why I made the first video that I made today, talking about if market direction is unclear. It's again a very big problem that even myself struggles with, right? And that's the idea of over trading even when direction is unclear, especially if you're under the PDT rule. Probably not something that you want to continue to do, as you're just wasting day trades, right? But without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about overall performance. I made $200.07 on TQQQ, a very small little trade that I took when it was very oversold, and then as it recovered, I just had 1,000 shares. I locked in profits right away. I walked away with $3,500. I reduced my position size up here. At one point, I was up $6,000, but because of how much it sold off, leaving myself with 13,000 shares in the open, it pulled on back, and even though I was up 6,000 and I reduced my position size 70%, right? I'm not ashamed that I reduced it. I mean, could I have sold more? Yes. I mean, it was very obvious that we had a resistance at 710. So it's one thing that I pointed out to our LPP team. Could I have done better with that? Of course. Did I expect it to sell off like this? No. And again, I'm not perfect, right? So I went from 6K to still 3,500. I'm still very grateful for today. So altogether, between TQs and SQs, around $3,700 on the day. I just wanted to make sure that I share both sides of that. When it comes down to earning reports, I wanted to ask you guys, I definitely don't have to, but tomorrow AMD reports earnings. AMD is a pretty big tech stock. If you guys haven't followed up with this, AMD, especially with NVIDIA, AMD's current market cap sits at $184 billion. Of course, nothing in comparison to the market cap that NVIDIA has, but AMD is consolidating right now right around this EMA line. We'll see if it actually ends up breaking out to retest previous highs at 130, or if we break below the EMA and then we go back down to retest the overall moving average. Again, AMD is reporting earnings after the market closes tomorrow, as well as Devon, as well as Starbucks, as well as Pinterest, and then Micro Technology. We do have Uber and Norwegian Cruise Line that is going to be reporting before the market opens. And the last thing that I want to share with you is the economic reports that are set to be released tomorrow. These are ones that we will all cover during tomorrow's live trading session. And this is the PMI, this is the ISM Manufacturing Index, the construction spending, and the one that I'm going to pay very close attention to. Again, the Federal Reserve has a really big focus on our overall labor market, so it's going to be the Jolts, the job openings, and this is something that we're going to have to follow up with. But again, during tomorrow's live trading session, we will catch the market reacting to all of this, right? If you guys want to tune on in, again, I do want to remind you, if you want to watch me trade live as soon as tomorrow, it's the second link in the description down below. But also let me know in the comment section if you guys get this video to over 1,000 likes. I would love to host a free live stream after the market closes to watch AMD report earnings. So we talked about the economic reports. We talked about what companies are reporting earnings. And when it comes down to overall focus for the market, I think it's very easy to see that the market's been more bullish than it has been bearish. But we've been testing the same resistance level for quite some time, and that is a horizontal resistance range right around 385. As you can see, we go to retest, we get rejected. We go to retest, and we've been consolidating here. So are we going to break out, or are we going to get rejected? Again, this is where it's going to pay to be patient, right? If you've have experienced the market, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's uncertain. We don't know if we're going to continue to make new highs or if we're actually going to retrace, right? So, well, you might be asking the question, well, Ricky, why wouldn't I just go into TQQQ, right? It's bound to break above. Well, if it doesn't, then you literally bought at one of the highest price points. And if it pulls on back to previous lows, then again, you literally bought at one of the highest price points in effort for it to, potentially pull on back. Okay, well, what if I buy SQs? Well, it doesn't have to pull on back. It could continue to indicate signs of an uptrend. And this is why, again, I shared it on Instagram, I shared it on Twitter, and I try to preach it as much as I can. It pays to be patient in this market instead of trying trying to predict. Our job should be to react, right? Wait for that confirmation for direction to be clear, and then we strike. So we'll talk a little bit more about it during tomorrow's live session. Again, I hope to see you guys there. And if you have any questions, feel free to send me a direct message via Discord or via Instagram. And that's the first or third link in the description down below. I'm using the Webull trading application. And if you want to download it yourself for both mobile and desktop, that's the fifth link in the description down below. I appreciate your time. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.